You're watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 6 of the Guitar Addict TNT series here from Charlotte Motor Speedway in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'll be your host tonight, Larry Patrick. Pretty excited for tonight. Tonight, we're going to be at the Charlotte Roval. So, a little bit different of a turn from standard Charlotte Motor Speedway. We get to see the guys go to the inside here of the track and run the road course. It should be a lot of fun here tonight. Just a real quick, so that way you guys are tracking how tonight is going to work. I am going to read a message that was placed by the league or the admin for this series. There will be 2 competition yellows in tonight's race. One will be at the 15-minute mark and one at the 30-minute mark. Race control will announce pits closing at 12-minute mark and 27-minute mark. Race control will be the official timekeeper if you enter the pits after they are closed. You'll get a pass-through penalty. So that way you guys do understand what's going on, or why people aren't pitting, and what's going on when the cautions do hit. Outside of that, it should be just local cautions. In other words, if a car spins around, be careful going around. Car needs to be careful coming back on the track, and we'll get going. So they got 16 seconds, 15 seconds left here in practice as these guys will get ready to start qualifying. Should be a lot of fun here tonight. Right now, we are showing 11 racers tonight here at the Charlotte Roval. I'm not going to lie, Roval course, or road courses, I should say, generally aren't people's favorite, so it should be a lot of should be fun with the guys that we do got. Josh Laston is showing your fastest racer through practice with Blake Ziti just behind him. So we are getting ready to start qualifying here. Let's talk about a quick storyline. Can Brandon Bernhardt, who I believe was roughly around 5th fastest, can he find that speed here tonight? Brandon Bernhardt come on the scene here in Season 3 when they announced that the Cup guys could run this series. A majority, but a select few are not allowed. That's why you don't see all the T or AOLL Cup guys here. But Brandon Bernhardt has won 4 of the first 5 races. He's won Daytona, North Wilkesboro, Concord, and Richmond. And Atlanta Motor Speedway actually went to Carl Henderson. So be a lot of, will we get another first-time winner? Josh Laston was our fastest driver. As we speak about Brandon Bernhardt has just taken the track for his qualifying run. Just so you guys are tracking here tonight, I was already told by one of the drivers that it takes roughly around 2 laps for these tires to really warm up on these ARCA cars. So it should be really interesting to watch these guys trying to scoot around here with warming up their tires. Again, taking a look here, this is number 70, Brandon Bernhardt of Endeavor Racing, slows down, comes into... Gets out very smooth right there. He has not taken the green flag quite yet. He'll be coming around and taking it. Just like any standard qualifying, you do get that first lap opener to be able to go out. This will help some guys. Again, like I said, it takes a while for these tires to come around, especially here on this track. So you'll see these guys as Brandon Bernhardt now has taken the green flag here. it'll, if you go ahead, if you make a mistake going out warming up your tires, they can go ahead and reset, get back on the track, and then start their qualifying run. As right now we got Brandon Bernhardt, John Gordon, Stephen Dominy, Derek Schilling, Josh Lassen, Blake Ziti, Philip Manzo, Tim St. Jean, as well as Nick Adams, all in the course right now, running their qualifying laps. Steve Dominy just disappeared there. He may have just called that one. Tonight is scheduled for 60 minutes here tonight at the Charlotte Roval course. 60 minutes of road racing is an absolute blast. If you've never done it, you got to try it. It's an absolute good time in these cars. Be out on the road course. Some people, like I said, some people don't like it. They don't like the aspect of trying to turn a car right that wants to go left. These, especially the Cup cars. Those cars are designed to go left, not right. So it's pretty intriguing when you try to make them go right. So we're still just, again, keeping an eye here on Brandon Bernhardt as he's coming through. See if we can get a lap from him here as he lays down a 125.86, currently first posted. Blake Ziti now comes in with a 124.90, and Josh Lassen comes around, runs a 135.6. So he was fastest in practice. May not be extremely fast here with these cold tires, but he will get, once he gets some heat into these, he will get them going here. Taking a look here at the number 19 Endeavor Racing Post-it ARCA car as he is coming around. Gets pretty heavy into those turtles there. I couldn't tell if he tapped the wall. And as much as these cars don't like to turn right, they also don't like to slow down. When it comes to these stock cars, the stock cars are definitely a heavy machine. They do struggle to slow down. So it's a fight the entire time. As you see him, he's going to blow that corner right there. Gets back on track, gets back on. It'll be all right. But it will cancel out his lap there. So unable to put down a lap for us there. We're going to just take a look here. This is Blake Ziti of Endeavor Racing. Currently your fastest driver on course, 124.90. Looking extremely smooth. Comes back around and runs a 124.90, it looks like. So extreme consistency there from Blake Ziti. But now there you go. Josh Lassen, he comes in. He will take the pole position currently, running a 123.84. Nick Adams runs a 124.35 to grab second. Steve Dominy on track here. He has went one lap. This is his second lap, unfortunately. Had to have some sort of incident there that took away his first lap. Again, if there is an incident, so cutting the track, anything like that, it will cancel out their lap. Derek Schilling turns his first lap with a 124.90, looking extremely strong there in the number 87. Still on track right now. Blake Ziti, Brandon Bernhardt just turning some extra laps. Phil Manzo turns a 141.73. Currently sitting 7th. Tim St. Jean sitting in 6th right now, 128.64. Guys, if you have never been able to visit Charlotte Motor Speedway, I highly recommend it. I was lucky enough to go to the truck race there this year. Absolute blast. I know the Roval course is coming up here soon. I plan on trying to make it out there. We'll see what happens. I do have a newborn that'll be born here within about roughly around 3 weeks. So assuming that everything's good, I may be able to make it, may not, but definitely going to try to get out there. Steve Dominy, unfortunately, he's not going to be able to give us a lap there. Mike Wisniewski now on the track. He's currently about a lap and a half in. He did his first lap is canceled out, so no time from him currently. Again, currently on track right now. Blake Ziti still, let's see, he is still turning down, looks like a lap here. As Mike Wisniewski, you see him lock him up. He's got a little bit of damage there on that right front, but that'll be all right, you know, going into the start of this race. Able to get a lap there. He did turn a 142.26. Able to put one down, so that'll make him 8th on the grid. Is right now John Gordon showing no lap. Kevin Haas not showing a lap. Or excuse me, John Gordon not having a time. Kevin Haas has not turned a lap. Steve Dominy does not have a time, and Tom Stevens not showing a lap currently. And again, we have 60 minutes here tonight. Charlotte Roval and beautiful Concord, North Carolina. It's going to be an absolute blast. And again, we look forward to seeing it. Where are we going to get a new winner? Right now, Josh Laston looking like the class of the field right now with that 123.83. He's been pretty consistent, running that in practice as well as currently, again, in the last 5 races. Brandon Bernhardt grabbing 4 of those wins with Carl Henderson taking 1. So we have a chance here for a new winner. But can one of these guys capitalize? Will it be Josh Laston? Will it be Nick Adams? Will Blake Ziti come in there and grab a win? Can Derek Schilling come in there and grab a win? Those guys right now, they are showing, again, just about a half a second faster than Brandon Bernhardt, but I wouldn't count Brandon out tonight. Brandon normally can find some pretty good speed, so it'd be interesting to see, are they able to just pull away from him here tonight? Also, the trick here is making sure you stay out of other people's issues, especially if there are pit stops. Again, read you guys what's going on as far as 2 competition yellows tonight, 15-minute mark, 30-minute mark. That will help tighten up the field, so these guys will give us some great racing. No, I wouldn't be lying. One thing I love about road courses is it's one of them tracks that you could do everything right the entire race. We watched it in the, I believe it was the truck series of the AOLL, as Dan Shirley was winning, and he just made one mistake, and that allowed, I believe it was Chris Passini, to get around him and take the win, and that's all it took. It just took that one mistake. So one thing that is just great about these road courses, one mistake could cost you the races. The guys are starting to grid up. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at our starting grid. As you see, Josh Laston in first place. In second, Nick Adams. Third, Blake Ziti. Fourth, Derek Schilling. Fifth, Brandon Bernhardt. In sixth, Tim St. Jean. In seventh, Phil Manzo. In eighth, Mike Wisniewski. Ninth, John Gordon. And in 10th, Ed Springer. Tom Stevens showing in 11th. 12th, Steve Dominy. And in 13th, Kevin Haas. And just to tell you that I'm like, what's his name? The Anchorman. I can't think of his name in actual movie. I kind of read the teleprompter. I don't really kind of veer from it. Ed Springer's not racing. He is the race admin. So bump up Tom Stevens, Steve Dominy, and Kevin Haas 1 spot. So Tom Stevens 10, Steve Dominy 11, and Kevin Haas in 12. Tonight, what I normally do not do, I normally will not put the racetrack up there. We are going to do that here tonight because then you can kind of see the gap from car to car to car. So it will make for a little bit of your better viewing pleasure. So that way, again, when we are watching these guys, we can hopefully find the best action for you guys out there tonight. Well, as the pace car pulls away. These guys will pace around. We are getting ready to go green flag racing. Charlotte Roval. 60 minutes here tonight. In your front row, once again, Josh Laston, CCR team right here with Josh Laston, Nick Adams just behind them. Derek Schilling will split the Endeavor guys with Blake Ziti in third and Brandon Bernhardt in fifth. So you got a couple teams up there. Be interesting to see. Can they, it's one of the things you're not really blocking here, but if you can put a car between you and one of the other cars, it does help you just a little bit here at road courses. It's always nice to have that little bit of pressure off knowing your teammates behind you rather than another team. Guys pacing around at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. As you see Nick Adams just messing with the pace car a little bit. Just give him a little bit of the tip. Having a little bit of fun out there. As one thing about road courses, it is not fun to pace around these things for a lap behind a pace car. So you'll see these guys, they'll probably get a little bored out there tonight once they get these competition yellows. Again, 15-minute mark as well as the 30-minute mark. And if you see something weird going on with the ticker, that is me just messing with the ticker. His pace car is off. Josh Laston leads them to the to the green flag, as we are green flag racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Josh Laston gets a great jump on the field, especially over his teammate Nick Adams here. As we see Nick Adams already having issues, that's going to cause an issue for Blake Ziti. Derek Schilling gets through. Brandon Bernhardt, Tim St. Jean, Blake Ziti was able to recover rather quick. But the one person that did not was Nick Adams. He gets going now back in 12th. Huge mistake right off the bat for Nick Adams. Unfortunately, it just got loose there going through turn one and gets around sideways. That, again, though, that helps Josh Laston, who already now has a 5-second gap on second place, Derek Schilling. As long as we are on board, you see he gets slowed up here, heads into that S-bend, comes around running very smooth, and that's where he's getting all that speed, is being really smooth through there. As you see Derek Schilling in third. Just behind them, you do have Brandon Bernhardt, Blake Ziti on a great recovery. He's back up there. Then you got Tim St. Jean. You got a couple cars, though, back here with Tom Stevens and John Gordon. Let's take a look, see what happened here. As Tom Stevens gets hard on the brake, but just smacks John Gordon, essentially blows through that corner. Anthony Schrillo now, he jumps out of the pits. Let's see what happened to him. As we got a little ticker here. He finally was able to get it. I believe that's what they just called for him crashing. Now we got a little issue here with Tim St. Jean. As going through, gets loose, able to save it, gather it up. He will lose a spot there to Steve Dominy, but able to gather it back up. We're back live. That means your leader, Josh Laston, now with a 6.2 second gap over Derek Schilling, and Blake Ziti and Brandon Bernhardt side by side, Endeavor against Endeavor. As the number 50 able to get around, continues to recovery here, was looking strong through practice and qualifying, and now he is sitting in third as he will set his sights on Derek Schilling. Derek Schilling right now showing about 5 seconds out on the Endeavor cars. Let's take a look back through the field here. Nick Adams, he now puts a move on John Gordon. That's going to bring him up one more spot. That'll put him up to 8th as he blows that corner. Both of them do, as you see the damage there on the 30. As they continue now, he will look towards the inside of Kevin Haas. Kevin Haas giving him room, plenty of room there on the bottom. And that'll let Nick Adams, as now Nick Adams knows he's going to come into the pits. Let's take a look here. He may come in here, grab 4 fresh tires, and go ahead and get that damage on his car fixed. The reason being for that, there's nothing wrong with that strategy. Again, as I stated earlier, 2 competition yellows. So with the 2 competition yellows, this will help him as far as he shouldn't go a lap down, and he'll get that competition yellow, and it'll tighten the field back up. So that will bring them all back together, and there you go. Fast repair, getting tires. He'll get back out there, be on fresh tires than everybody else. But we are back up here out front as the 18 closed circuit racing of Josh Laston, setting the pace last lap with a 1:23.52. The only driver in the 123s. He's almost a full second faster than your second place driver, Derek Schilling. That now makes the gap 8 seconds now, as much as he is doing right now. Again, competition yellows to tighten this field back up. So we'll see them get back together, but this is really putting a mark on this field. This is putting the doubt in these other drivers' minds. Can they keep up with Josh Laston? So it'll be interesting to see once we get these competition yellows, will these guys be able to keep pace with them? Speaking of keeping pace, we're back here in third spot with Blake Ziti, as Brandon Bernhardt is keeping pace with him. Just behind them, they got Steve Dominy. The gap from Derek Schilling has now actually opened up, as it is now 7 seconds. So Derek Schilling right now, he is looking very strong there in second place. We take back again, look back just a little bit further. Brandon Bernhardt, he is looking strong. He is winner of 4 of the last 5 races here in the AOLL Guitar Addict TNT series. So it'll be a lot of fun to see if he's able to do anything with this. Probably looking for a strong points night. At this point, I don't know if he, just would think, hey, let me go ahead, just have a good points night and not do anything crazy. We're going to take a look here. John Gordon, on board with John Gordon as he slams on the brakes. Gets loose into turn 1. Able to gather. And just tagged the wall. I thought he was going to be able to save it. Oh! Whips it around, and the 9 just crushes him. Once again, those two have really met up with each other here tonight. Let's see if we can get a chopper view of that. Spins it back around and right in front of the 9 and just gets slammed by the 9. We're back live here. Josh Laston continues to lead. Gap now 11 seconds back to second. Josh has always been good at these road courses. He's always run very strong when it comes to road courses. We are right now 6 minutes into 60 minutes. Again, we will get our first competition yellow at the 15-minute mark. While we got a second, let's go ahead and take a word from one of our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Randy from the Guitar Addict. Can we be serious for a second? Are you tired of being a loser? Can't do anything right? Feel like everyone's coming down on you all the time? Well, there's a way out, and I'm going to show you. Hey Mom, look what I learned. That's right, pick up a guitar, learn how to play guitar. Automatically you're going to become a chick magnet.
The ladies are gonna love you. Your kids are gonna think you're cool. So what you need to do is come down here to the Guitar Addict, 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida, or go to guitaraddict.com and buy yourself a guitar and automatically be the star of your neighborhood. That's guitaraddict.com.
And we're back here at Charlotte Motor Speedways. We're just taking a look as the battle starting to heat up. This is for the third spot as Derek Schilling had an issue. Let's go. And it's not showing, unfortunately, not showing on my screen. He may have pitted. I would guess and say that's probably the likeliest bet. Well, I can't even find him on course right now. Let's see here. Let's take a look. 87. I cannot pull him on course. So hopefully Derek Schilling didn't drop out. And what I mean by drop out, sometimes internet connections can drop. It will drop you from the server. So hopefully that did not happen. Unfortunately, it looks like Nick Adams' problems here tonight. Your second place qualifier continues as just gets loose and kept it off the wall. I think that's the big thing there, big takeaway. So no damage, able to get back on the track and get going. Let's take a look here. Mike Wisniewski also showing in red. See what happened to him. A little bit of damage there on his car. It almost blows the corner. Well, it does blow the corner. A little loose, just jumps down here to the low line. Make sure it's safe, gets back up on track. So good recovery from him. And as I say that, looks like the issues unfortunately continue for the poor guy. Derek lost power after a strong run, and there you go. Just got loose, smacks the inside wall. Derek, I hate to hear that, man. Very strong run for you going through this race. Derek Schilling lost power, so it looks like he is out of the race here tonight. As again, we're back up here with Josh Laston, 14-second lead on your second place driver, Blake Ziti, or Blake Pasta, the Pasta Man, as he currently is all over the back of Tom Stevens. He's going to look to try to get around Tom Stevens here, put him a lap down. As we head back just a little bit in the field. Currently right now, John Gordon sitting sixth. So all of his little issues, this goes to show you, if you could just be patient, hopefully try to take care of your machine, get your fast repairs in, it may work out for you. John Gordon now showing up to sixth spot after a couple incidents. He's trying to chase down this man here, the number 6 Guitar Addict car, Tim St. Jean, running top 5. Tim St. Jean, normally a very strong runner week in and week out here in the AOLL Guitar Addict series. If for that fact, all the AOLL series, Tim St. Jean's normally always there right at the end. So I want you guys to pay attention, as we call him the wily old veteran, because he's normally there at the end. Be interesting to see how he's able to do here tonight. As we speak about that, the number 26, Steve Dominy, he makes a move here on Brandon Bernhardt. That's going to bring him up to third now. He's about 7 seconds back from second of Blake Ziti. Blake Ziti now was able to pull away from his teammate, I should say. And it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. The last laps, though, I want to point something out. The last laps. Josh Laston, your leader, ran a 126.31. And Blake Ziti ran a 125.25. So is Blake Ziti finding extra speed, or is perhaps Josh just slowing down a little bit? Also be known that Josh, oh, there you go, 127.63 now there for Blake Ziti. So Josh was able to, make a little bit of time up on that lap. I don't know if he's worried too much right now. Gap back from Josh to Blake is 14 seconds as we hear a car, unfortunately, getting into the wall. We're going to take a look back here. This is the number 9, Tom Stevens. Comes out of the corner, gets loose, smacks that inside wall. That's going to take the front end off that car. Hard hit. Hard hit. Hopefully he's okay. He'll go ahead and jump into the pits. Now, doing that, he will have a tow time, so that will cost him even more time. Hopefully he still has some fast repairs. If he does, he can grab that fast repair, get back out here on the track. Right now, we are at the 12-minute, 30-second mark. So here in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, they are going to throw a competition yellow. This, again, will tighten the field back up. So this 15-second lap, or gap, 2 second, be non-existent at that point. This will give the opportunity for Blake Ziti to be on the back of Josh Laston. And can Blake Ziti follow him enough, see where Josh is making all this extra time, and run that pace with Josh? But I'll tell you right now, Josh really showing again that he is the class of the field. The last 2 laps from these gentlemen, Josh Laston, or the last lap from both of them. Oh, Blake Ziti makes a mistake, slams that wall. And if I'm remembering correctly, as I read you guys earlier, they had turned off the pitting right now, so he won't be able to come in for pits. The big story there is did he do any damage to his radiator? Will that car start overheating? But Josh Laston ran a 124.61, Blake Ziti with a 125.52. Let's go ahead and take a quick look, see what happened to Blake Ziti there. As we see him come across the stripe there. Comes through, slams on the brakes, and that car just doesn't want to stop, locks it up, and then just comes diving straight into that safety wall. Nick Adams once again populates here on the incident report, so let's go ahead and take a look, see what happened to him. Gets a little squirrely coming to these as he's going to blow those corners. Gets going again. Now, for anybody out there, when that does happen, they do get penalized time. Now, what I mean by penalized time is they will tell you have to slow down for X amount of time. Whatever amount of time that it is deemed that you gained by doing that, you will have to slow down and give up that time. So, Nick will have to slow down, give that time back. Currently, Nick qualified second, down 5 spots to 7th. So it'll be interesting to see. Again, once this competition yellow comes out, it will be thrown in about 15 seconds. Can he make up any more time after that? And there it is. The competition yellow is out. Please don't mind the lap 11 of 3,000 or 32,767. That is not accurate, obviously. I don't know why I just did that. That's epic. If you see the ticker kind of doing some weird things, don't mind me. Just I'm messing with it, just trying to check out the different functions. I've never done anything other than the original, scroll the entire time. I'm kind of liking some of these other functions. I'm thinking I like the block scroll down, so we're just going to use the block scroll, so it'll scroll 5 at a time. Again, under competition yellow here at the Charlotte Roval course. As you see, Josh Laston slowing down. He is going to let the pace car while we have the time and we got the opportunity. Let's pull Josh up and see how the race is going for him so far. Hey, Josh, it's Larry in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Of course I do.
Hey, man, you're looking extremely strong out there, man. How's it feel right now?
Other than the fact that I don't know if you saw my little bobble into the first chicane, pretty darn good.
Yeah, you're definitely looking, again, you're looking ungodly strong, man. Your gap to second was up to 15 seconds. Do you think you'll be able to keep that momentum going through here as you're going to have this, second stint until this next competition yellow?
I mean, I don't see why not.
How's the track feeling out there? Is the car slicking around, or is it working, coming around to you pretty good?
I mean, I've figured it out, but we've definitely got our work cut out for us keeping this car straight.
Absolutely, man. Hey, you're looking good out there, man. Good luck to you the rest of this race.
Yep, thank you, sir.
that was Josh Laston. Currently your leader here tonight. Again, competition yellow number 1. While we have another second, let's go ahead and let's bring up Blake Ichari. Or Blake Pasta and see what he thinks here tonight. Hey Blake, it's Larry in the booth, man. You got a copy?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic, buddy. Hey, man, you're looking really strong out there. Just had a slight mistake from you all race long. But other than that, dude, you're looking extremely strong, man. How's it feel so far there heading to his first competition yellow?
Feels all right. I mean, I had that one mistake there, and I was hoping that the caution would come out sooner or later now that I had the crash. But yeah. Nick kind of put us at a disadvantage at the start, and not that we would be anywhere close to Josh, but Josh is running.
Yeah, absolutely, man. He's looking really strong out there. And I got to say, yeah, we definitely got that there where Nick spun on that first start. Kind of dropped you back a few spots, but, man, you've come really on really strong here after that initial incident, man. Do you think that with this competition yellow, you'll have anything for Josh in the long run?
I mean, I'm going to try. The main part is to get through the race, and if I could take a second out of it, I'll do that. Josh is really strong tonight, and for me to put pressure on him, it would be hard, but I'm going to try. It's not like I'm not going to.
Absolutely, man. Good luck to you the rest of the race, man. We'll get to talk to you at the end of it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Been kind of funny if I had dropped him into CCR's Discord because I darn near almost did by accident. As you see, the pits, I was not tracking this. The pits are open here under caution. I was kind of figuring that they would be. So everybody pretty much came in except for the number 30, Nick Adams. So that'll bring your new leader, Tim St. Jean. He will be in second. He did not pit either. So then just behind them, you got Josh Laston, Blake Ziti, Steve Domney looking strong right there in fifth, and then in sixth, Brandon Bernhardt. So your top 4 come in and then come out in about the same positions. Now, I am a little curious, and hopefully maybe the admin's actually listening out there. I am curious now. They said that the competition yellows are going to come at the 15-minute mark, and then we're going to have one at the 30-minute mark. Right now, this caution has taken 5 minutes alone. Will they throw it in 10 minutes, or are they going to extend it basically 15 minutes? That is the admin's ability to control that. So I'm intrigued what he is going to do here. We are currently 20 minutes into tonight's race, a 60-minute race here at Charlotte Roval. As I said earlier, if you've not had the opportunity to see Charlotte Motor Speedway, definitely get out there and check it out. Amazing looking track. It's only about 3 hours from yours truly, as I am in Cameron currently until I move. But it is a beautiful track. A lot of fun, good time out there. Definitely check out Charlotte Motor Speedway if you have the opportunity. Catch one of the Cup races, catch one of the truck races, catch the ARCA series if you can. Catch something out there. I'm telling you, won't be disappointed. Absolute blast. Pace cars lights are still on as we pace around here. The guys are single files, so we have not gone double wide yet. 21 minutes into this race, and there you go, the 6. So he stays out, hoping that maybe Nick Adams jumped in, so that way he could lead a lap there, but unable to do that. So he will come in now. Nick Adams again. Don't count him out right now. I mean, he was your second fastest qualifier. So we know he's got speed. He was maybe about a half a second to a second slower than Josh. But, again, clean air does a lot for a car. So it'll be interesting to see, is he able to run the pace? Pace cars lights are off. We are going to go back to green flag racing here. If I had to guesstimate, roughly we're about 23 minutes in. So I'm going to guess and say they'll probably do another 15-minute stint. Don't quote me on that. I am not the admin. Again, competition yellow. Competition yellows are 15 and 30 minutes into this race. By the way, guys, I am alone tonight. If you couldn't tell that I am talking by myself. So if you guys are out there watching, comment, say something, talk to me, entertain me. Not that these guys haven't been. Josh has been ungodly fast here tonight. It's been amazing to watch him and watch some of these guys rebound. Again, watching Blake Ziti rebound. John Gordon, who's got a couple incidents, making some great rebounds, and he's up to 5th place now. So Steve Dominy having a strong run here tonight. And now we have a new leader with Nick Adams, who, again, he's had a couple more incidents outside of that initial spin there on the start. So be really interesting to see how this fares for him as the cars are starting to line up 2 by 2, and we are about to go back green flag racing. I definitely want to point out, I definitely think that the story of tonight's race, though, is second place racer Derek Schilling unfortunately losing power. And with him losing power, he was really strong there in second, having a great race. Derek, if you're out there still watching, man, I feel for you. You had a great race going, man. I'd love to see what you've been able to do out here up front. These cars are side by side. Again, pace cars lights are off. We are about to go back green flag racing here. 24 minutes, almost halftime here at Charlotte Roval, and the green flag is out. Nick Adams with a great jump. He's going to get about a 1.5, almost 2 car length lead here on the 18. Josh Laston is now Blake Ziti all over the back of the 18 of Josh Laston as they head into turn 1. Nick Adams able to get through turn 1. Safe that time. Didn't get that spin on that first one. As now the top 3 just opens up a nice little gap here on the 26 of Steve Dominy. And just behind him, the 19 of John Gordon really coming on strong here. Putting a little bit of pressure here on the 26 of Steve Dominy. See if he'll make a mistake. Well, there you go. Josh Laston wastes no time at all. He's able to get up underneath Nick Adams, make the move for first. He's back there now, just under following suit is going to be the 50 of Blake Ziti. He looks towards the outside, unable to get there, and Nick Adams now retains that second spot and actually opens up just about a 1 second gap as they hit that turn 1 in the big course as they come out of turn 2 on the oval course, and they'll head into this little bit of a S-bend here. As you see, Blake Ziti, he is all over the back of the number 30, really putting some pressure onto him there. And there's a time, especially with these road courses, you don't really need to make a hard move. Put some pressure on the guy in front of you and hope that they make that mistake. Again, these cars designed to turn left, not really designed to turn right. So if you put enough pressure on them, they may break a little bit later, try to open up that gap or something like that, and just cause a little bit of a lapse of judgment. As now, once again, Blake Ziti look toward that inside, thinks second about it, and he's able to drop back as Nick Adams able to retain that second spot. But the battle for second is really heating up here as Blake Ziti all over the back of Nick Adams. Nick Adams was your second place qualifier, so I have no doubt that Nick's got a little bit of something in the tank here for Blake Ziti, as you see a little bit of a gap starting to open up. But Blake's had a really good run all night, so don't be surprised if he gets has a little bit of confidence riding high. Steve Dominy able to really fend off that fight from John Gordon early, and he's able to open up. But now John Gordon, unfortunately, he has some issues. That was supposed to go to John Gordon, not Nick Adams. Here we go. Has come through the corner here and gets loose, and it really jerked around him on there. Oh, and just destroyed that wall. That's a lot of damage to that car. Oh, that's a lot of damage. John Gordon really fighting hard. You see that camber, that tire pointing inward. That's going to make that an impossible drive. He's going to have to come into the pits. And now it looks like Nick Adams once again. A little bit of a mistake here from Nick Adams. Coming back into turn one and just gets loose. Hits the inside wall. Able to keep the brakes locked up. Get out of everybody's way as you've seen the 26 and the 50 go by. And Nick Adams will now drop to 5th position. Your leader, once again, Josh Laston now already opened up a 5-second gap to 2nd place racer, Blake Ziti. Just behind him, we have Steve Dominy. In 4th, we got Brandon Bernhardt. 5th, Nick Adams, hopefully able to get back to where he was. Again, Nick Adams running a very strong race, your 2nd place qualifier. Kevin Haas, he is now up to 6th. Was Tim St. Jean now running in 7th. In 8th, we see John Gordon really trying to limp this car around. I'm interested to see. John should be coming in these pits. That car is toast here. I believe he already passed the pit, so maybe he's trying to drive it like that. I could be just completely wrong about that. We're gonna come back to him. And Phil Manzo here in that number 8. That car's looking great. He's unfortunately losing a lap here to Josh Laston, showing in 9th, and Mike Wisniewski is rounding out your top 10. Once again, Josh Laston, your leader. Again, he is just on fire. The gap 5 seconds. His last lap a 1:24.51. Just behind him a 1:26.97 for Blake Ziti. So, hear from our sponsor. I do apologize, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to apologize before we go listen to our sponsor for the slight issue there. It looks like my Wi-Fi was not happy with me, I should say. So we had a little bit of disruption there, but we are back. And again, competition yellow out here at the Charlotte Roval, as this is the last competition yellow, as we will be under green flag racing conditions the rest of the race. Again, local cautions, not full track cautions. So let's go ahead and let's take a listen to one of our sponsors.
The AOLL began online racing in the mid-1990s, with Papyrus's NASCAR racing still going strong 27 years later on the iRacing platform. The TNT series races on Thursday night, running the ARCA Chevy cars for drivers looking to learn and have fun. The Cup Series races on Sunday nights, featuring league veterans and Class A licensed drivers. The Sportsman Division races on Wednesday nights, running the Gander Outdoor Trucks with drivers from the Cup and TNT series. You can catch all of the AOLL racing action right here on Ghostfire Media.
And we're back here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Again, competition caution thrown once again. While we have a second, let's talk to our first place in points, currently first place in points, Brandon Bernhardt. Hey, Brandon, it's Larry in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, you got me?
Yeah, man. Hey, you're having a really strong race here tonight, man. How's everything feeling out there?
It's not terrible. I'm just trying to keep it on the track and not mess up here.
So that was going to be my next question. Going into this, I mean, did you feel like that? You've won 4 of the last 5. Was this just a hey, let's survive, not make it a drop race, and get out of here with a solid finish?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I am terrible on road courses. I knew this was going to be Josh, Carl, or Pasta's race here, so I'll just kind of survive and stay on track and not piss anybody off.
Absolutely, man. Well, you're looking extremely strong out there, man. We hope to see you up there, at least top 5 right there at the end, huh? So good luck to you the rest of the race, buddy.
Yeah, thanks. Good luck in the booth.
Thanks, brother. Brandon Bernhardt, once again, just looking extremely strong out there. He did pit. The guys that are not pitting right now, Josh Laston, Blake Ziti, Steve Dominy, your top 3 did not jump into the pits. As I said, I was going to take a look back earlier. John Gordon, he had to have come into the pits. His car is fixed. We see him blow that little bit of a corner right there. He is back on track, and he will not pit. So this is going to allow him to jump up to 4th spot. So at this point in time, I mean, it's one of the things that pitting kind of late, or excuse me, having to pit, it kind of works out for you. Currently, your leader, Josh Laston, followed by Blake Ziti, Steve Dominy, Nick Adams, and John Gordon here tonight. We are 34 minutes into this race. Once again, don't pay attention to that ticker up there as far as 20 of 32,767. That is not correct. This is a 60-minute race. So if I had to guess, we will probably roughly be around 36 to 40 laps. I could be wrong. I would do the math, but as you know, the old saying goes, some people shouldn't do math in public. I am one of those people, which is sad because math is my strongest subject in school. Rich, we wish that you could have made it out here tonight too, man. It definitely would have been nice to have a really large field. I know a lot of guys don't really care for road courses. As I've stated once, I stated a million times, these cars aren't designed to turn right. They don't like to turn right, so a lot of people don't like to drive these things turning right. Me personally, I like driving some of these goofier style, not meant to be races, dirt tracks, the road courses, stuff like that. I did hear that they were going to make a downtown Chicago NASCAR race, so I can't wait if they make that, because that'll be an absolute blast to drive in a car. Pace lights are still on. There's these guys cruising around. Well, we got a second. Let's go ahead and let's pull in Steve Dominy. Let's talk to Steve Dominy. Hey, Steve, it's Larry in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Hey, man, you're looking really strong out there in 3rd spot, man. You got anything for these front two?
No, I don't think so, man. I'm just riding around out here trying not to spin it.
You're doing a heck of a job, brother. You're out there looking extremely strong in 3rd. How does that car feel out here on this course?
It's pretty good. It settles in after a few laps. Feels pretty good.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, I wish you luck the rest of this race, and hope that we'll see if we can get you a podium here tonight, huh?
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Hey, man, have a good one. Steve Dominy there of Palmetto Racing. As pace cars lights are off now, we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. These guys are in the first corner here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Hey, if you guys ain't checking it out tonight, there is football on TV we haven't seen in a long time. I'll go ahead and say it, 2 terrible teams. Really don't like to watch either, but hey, it's football, right? So football getting ready to kick back off. But hey, don't forget, man, we do have a lot of good stuff here at Ghostfire Media. Check us out tomorrow night, the podcast, as Josh Laston and the crew, they will cover all the beautiful week of the coverage of the Guitar Attic TNT series, as well as the AOLL Cup series, as well as Fuel and IVRL. So check it out tomorrow night. Those guys always put on a good show. Should be an absolute blast to watch. Cup Series will be back Sunday night. Check that race out. Then Fuel back on Monday night. We have IVRL on that following Tuesday night, and then come back here and catch the TNT Series. We'll be at Charlotte Motor Speedway next week. That will be the oval course this time. So you guys come out, check it out. It'll be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great race, and it should be a good time. Guys are lining up 2x2 pace car, getting ready to drop off here as we're about to go back green flag racing as Josh Laston jumps out to a nice little lead here. Gets on the brakes. He's got the 50 all over him, but he's just going to ease it through here. As he gets into turn one, looking extremely strong. Nick Adams able to get a great jump. That's going to put him up into third. As we see Steve Dominy unfortunately loses one spot. That'll drop him back to fourth. He's going to have to contend there with the number 60. I told you, Tim St. Jean, that wily veteran. Here he is, running fifth. We'll look to try to make a move here on the 26th. Two of our brothers from the north there in Canada, Steve Dominy and Tim St. Jean, battling it out here for the fourth spot. Just up ahead, though, Josh Laston, your leader. He has right now got a 1.5 second lead on Blake Ziti already, looking extremely strong. And then just behind Blake Ziti, you now have Steve Dominy. So Nick Adams, once again, the woes happen again. As he gets loose coming through this corner. And spins it around. Pretty good move there. I want to point out that's going to be an underrated move right there. They teach you to lock up your brakes so that way people can get around you a little easier. He actually stayed off the brakes. That allowed him to slide up in that corner and these guys to go underneath him. So good move by him. John Gordon now having a slight incident here. Then once again just misses that corner, tags that inside wall hard, and that's going to around once again, nose first. Hopefully not too much damage there on that radiator. Once again, you hate to see that car really heat up. Your leader, once again, Josh Laston, number 18 CCR. In second, Blake Ziti. The gap now about 1.6 seconds. And then back even further, you have Steve Dominy. Once again, he's running in third. They got back to him from second, about 7 seconds. And it's pretty tight from there. Steve Dominy. Brandon Bernhardt now makes a nice move here as Tim St. Jean has a little bit of issues. As we take a look, he will just get loose coming up there in the corner. Sideways gets the car stopped. That allows the 30 to go around. Gets off the track so he can regain himself, get back on the track. And that's going to give just a little bit of a breathing room now. To the 26. As now, looks like Kevin Haas has a little bit of an issue here. And that did not go back fast enough. I don't know why that is not showing what we need to see. Let's back it up from there. Oh, that's a really high view. Oof. All right, here we go. Now we finally got it. It didn't register to go back that far. Kevin Haas gets loose there, tries to gather to and just slams really hard hit. You see the damage model of these cars, everything flying everywhere and then coming back on the car. Just very interesting there. He gets back on track right there. Gets moving. We're going to take a look. It's obviously doesn't look like it is turning at all. So he comes to a stop on the track there, and yeah, he towed to the pit. So I'd say he probably wasn't able to turn that car. Josh Laston, once again, your leader, running a 1:23.34. Now, Blake Ziti said that he didn't think he really had anything for Josh Laston. He just ran a 1:23.45, his fastest lap of the race. So that gap is 1.4 seconds. As now Blake Ziti was faster than Josh Laston on that lap, 124.12 to a 123.72. So the lead battle for the lead is really going to start heating up here soon. Well, there you go. I was able to fix that ticker up there. Now we actually have the time. So 16 minutes remaining here at the Charlotte Roval. I do apologize that I just figured that out. Don't call too many races here as of late. So was able to figure that out kind of late. Sorry about that. As Josh Laston and Blake Ziti right now, classes of the field. These guys looking extremely strong here up front. And as I said earlier, maybe Blake Ziti was saving a little bit of something for Josh Laston. What this is going to do is Josh had been all race pulling out. He was to a 15-second gap until that first competition yellow. What that did was that closed him up, and now Blake Ziti is at least able to stay within sight. Josh can see that gap either shrinking or coming, forward. Right there, 123.6, one for Josh, 123.98 for Blake. So they are exchanging times here. It's not growing too much. It's shrinking not too much. But he's able to, that's pressure. That's showing, hey, I'm not going away. And because he had been dominating this race so much, does that get into his head and does he make a mistake? It'll be interesting to see how that works out for him. We're going to take a look here. Once again, number 6, Tim St. Jean, just a little bit of an issue here. Just got loose and able to keep it off the wall, get back moving. We're back here up front. Your leader, Josh Laston, Blake Ziti running second. The gap shrinking once again. Justin, I appreciate that, buddy. It's always nice to be back, man. We have a strong battle here for the number 1 spot. Again, 14 minutes left here tonight. 14 minutes here at the Charlotte Roval. Oh, and Blake Ziti makes a mistake. Let's see if we can bring that back just to see what happened. Does not register on the incident tracker, so I want to see if we can take a look, see what happened. Gets loose there, able to miss the wall. So the worst that's going to do is that's going to cost him time. And that amount of time that he just lost was about a second and a half. So now the gap, or almost 2 seconds, is now the gap is about 3.5 seconds from Josh Laston. So now pressure reversed, right? So when you think about this, he had been keeping that gap pretty consistently within about a second and a half. That kind of puts Josh on notice. Now that he's seen that gap, Blake's really got to make a strong run here. He's going to have to close this gap to create that pressure on Josh. So now that pressure again is on Blake. Take a quick look here at the number 30. Rough night continues. As you see him here just behind, gets loose, slides around, able to gather it back up. Nobody behind him, so he's able to get going rather quick. Josh able to get around the number 8 fairly clean. Got a little wide there in that corner, but gets it moving. As the gap now starts to shrink just a little bit, 2.6 seconds now back to Blake Ziti. As I say that, Steve Dominy loses a spot to Brandon Bernhardt. As it looked like Brandon just made a little bit of a mistake. And that's going to allow... It looks like Steve made a little bit of a mistake that allowed Brandon to get around him. take a look here. John Gordon, as we see Nick Adams cutting through the grass. As he gets loose coming across the stripe there, we'll just call it a premature celebration as he's doing a burnout there, as you can hear his car. Race starting to wind down here, really coming here towards the end. Once again, your leader, Josh Laston. Now, I will say one thing. Josh on that last lap ran a 126.25. Blake Z ran a 124.89. And as you see, the gap once again starting to shrink just a little bit here. The gap now 2.5 seconds. Can Blake continue this strong run, and will it be enough to put a little bit of pressure on Josh and cause him to make a mistake? We all know Josh is extremely, extremely well versed when it comes to road courses, so it'll be very interesting to see, can he make him make a mistake? As we take a look a little bit further back now, Brandon Bernhardt, he is again running third. Just behind him, Steve Dominy is about 1.4 seconds. Can Steve Dominy catch him here? We'll just run through here approximately about what the gaps are back from each other. So you're looking, your leader right now, Josh Laston, he's got about a 2.3 second gap here on Blake Ziti. From there, you're looking at about a 22 second gap to your third place driver, Brandon Bernhardt. And then you're only looking at about a 1.3 second gap back to Steve Dominy. Nick Adams, he's throwing a strong race here in fifth. He is only 8.4 seconds back from Steve Dominy, so he'll try to make up that time. He is the faster than these guys in front of him, so don't count him out as long as he quits making mistakes like we just seen him do. Just behind him, you got John Gordon. He's about 14 seconds back here in the number 19. And then Tim St. Jean, about 10 seconds back from him in 7th. After that, you're looking about a whopping 1 minute back to Phil Manzo here in 8th. And then from him, you got another massive whopping 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes back to Mike Wisniewski here in 9th. And I don't know why. I just watched him and Kevin Haas. Kevin Haas right now in the pits, so that's why. I swapped him back. And then after that, you got Kevin Haas in the pits. Tom Stevens no longer on track. So you got about roughly around 9 cars right now on track with 1 in the pits. We'll see if that guy comes back in. That is Kevin Haas. Hey, Justin, he said great run from Dominy, and I absolutely agree. Unfortunately, he's made just slight errors here and there. Outside of that, extremely strong, was running strong there up in third. So he made just a small error, and that allowed, I believe, Brandon Bernhardt to get around him. But as you see, he's closing that gap now. The gap, as they come through that little section right there, come across the stripe, the gap is only about 0.7 seconds. So just over half a second. Steve Dominy really making up some time. He turned a 126.71 opposed to the 127.17 as that battle starts to heat up. We're going to just keep an eye on this battle here for Steve Dominy. As you see, he's definitely making up that time, looking extremely strong here. Said it once, I'll say it again. I mean, when you get close like this, you start to put pressure. When it comes to these left-right turns, it definitely puts pressure because you have to be on a darn good braking point every turn. And if you just miss your braking point, it could cause you to blow the corner, lock up the brakes, and spin anything. So right here, as you see, he's just all over the back of the 70, Brandon Bernhardt. I don't believe he's going to rattle Brandon Bernhardt's cage, but I definitely see Brandon. He may just not even fight with him, as we spoke with him earlier. Brandon said he just wanted to make this a good, decent points night. You know, he's running for points, and he's looking extremely strong here. Currently running third. That gap staying pretty consistent, about a half a second back. As we take a look up front once again, Josh Laston, your leader. He's now opened that gap up almost 3 seconds back to Blake Ziti, having an extremely strong run as the issues for Nick Adams continues. As we take a look back here. And just loses it going there. I have no clue how that car jerked that hard from left to right. That was pretty wild. John Gordon, his rough night continues, even though he's running sixth. I'd say one thing, a lot of these guys would be happy with that run here tonight, but just gets loose, able to keep it off the wall, and tags the wall just a little bit. And Steve Dominy now, unfortunately, we see him all over the back of the number 70, and he's going to get loose, and he is going to crush that inside wall. So that's definitely going to hurt his shot here, at least fighting with Steve Dominy. It's pretty locked in here to fourth, as the gap back to fourth right now is about a full almost 19 and a half seconds. We're back up front here. Josh Laston, once again, extremely strong run here tonight. Gap now 3.5 seconds. 5 minutes left here as Josh Laston heads into the big Charlotte track turn 1. As we take a look just a little bit further back. Justin, does that count as a commentator's curse? Yeah, I'd count that. He's been extremely consistent all night. You mention him, I talk about him, and then boom, it happened. So that's generally the way it goes, right? So anybody out there, commentator's curse, generally the commentator talks about you, talks good about you, something happens to you. Sorry, Steve. Yeah, great run for me tonight, though. Hey, he's still running fourth, though, so you take that fourth place here at the Charlotte Roval. A lot of these guys, again, they don't really care for the road courses, but, you know, to be running this strong here at the road course, you know, a lot of these guys got to be extremely happy with this. Time continues to tick down. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left here in this race. Josh continues to grow the lead here as it's now 4 seconds, over 4 seconds back to Steve, or to, excuse me, see, look, we just talked about Steve Dominy so much, to Blake Ziti. And then from there, it's another 35 seconds back to Brandon Bernhardt, and then about another 10 seconds back to Steve Dominy in fourth. And then just massive gaps from there on. Nick Adams, again, once again, rough night just continuing here. As we see him come through, it's loose right there. Just going to slide. Able to keep it off the wall, but he will lose a spot. He whips it around rather quick. But John Gordon able to get around him. That'll move John Gordon up to fifth. Two minutes here tonight. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 15 seconds, I should say, remaining in tonight's race here at the Charlotte Roval course. This has been an absolute blast here tonight, as Josh Laston once again just really showing that he continues to be extremely strong in this league as a whole when it comes to road courses. You cannot count this guy out when it comes to road courses in any time that they come around. Josh Laston extremely strong here tonight, as just under 2 minutes now remaining in the race. It'll be rather quick. We will end up here soon. We should get, this will be the last lap, as it should be. Josh Laston turns a 125.72, 125.01. And I mean by a lap, we should at least get the white flag after this lap. Mike Wisniewski having issues there, comes back on course. Josh able to avoid him, so no harm, no foul for Josh. Probably scared him a little bit, be my guess. But he continues to lead once again. As now Nick Adams, John Gordon having issues here late in the race. You see him getting, I don't know if does he out of gas? Spins around. John, I hope you're all right out there. I don't know what's going on. Maybe just that loose. Pop tire? Could be anything. You see the damage on the car there. And he's back on the track. Josh Laston getting around him, but that will put him now back one spot. That'll move Nick Adams now to a top 5. We're back out front here. 12 seconds remaining. 10, 9, 8. I won't painstake you guys by counting down as the ticker clears there in time. Time has expired. So now I believe we should be on the white flag. I cannot see it from my end, so be interesting to see exactly what we have. We could probably take a look if I open the game back up, but then you guys will see it, and that's what we're about here. We're trying to keep it clean, so we're going to go ahead and just write it. We'll get the green, or excuse me, we'll get the checkered flag. Probably could take a look at the flag man, but where's the fun in that? Actually, we can. So let's see here. Let's see what the flag man is doing here for Phil Manzo. Nope, couldn't see him. Maybe I'm just blind. I don't know. I did my vision test today for the Army. They say I'm good, so it can't be my vision, right? Like, that just makes sense. And checker flag is out. Josh Laston. So this is the final lap. They were on the white flag. Josh Laston will be your winner here tonight at the Charlotte Roval. Coming in second will be Blake Ziti. And then coming around the corner, Brandon Bernhardt. Steve Dominy will get 4th. And Nick Adams will get 5th as Josh Laston will burn the tires down. And while he does that, let's go ahead and let's pull up our results. Potentially, maybe, possibly. Guess not. My results don't want to pull up. So, hey, with that being said, too easy. Let's go ahead. Let's pull up Josh Laston. Hey, Josh, it's Larry in the booth, man. Got a copy?
I do.
Hey, man, great race from you here tonight, man. How's it feel to grab that win?
It's kind of good to finally get it.
Well, I mean, you definitely broke up the monotony. I mean, we've had basically 2 winners in 5 races. That'll make you now 3 in 6 races. So that's got to feel great, man.
I mean, it feels good. I wish we would have had a bigger field tonight because, in all honesty, it was a little humdrum. Even though apparently Blake Ziti decided to figure out my line after he got behind me and somehow found some amazing speed.
Yeah, I was about to say, he looked extremely strong there. Did that make you nervous at all there after that last competition yellow?
For a second, mostly just because I couldn't get that gap that I was looking for.
Absolutely, man. Hey, so, I'm sorry, continue.
And then there's my teammate deciding.
Well, as they say they said in Days of Thunder, man, you've hit everything else out there. You might as well hit the winner.
Yeah, getting to hear him yell, especially about turn 2 tonight, was a delight.
So, and Blake Z out there doing a burnout just popped up on my screen. I think he's just happy he was able to finish second. Hey, man, you guys got Charlotte next week, man. Can you carry this momentum and maybe grab it, 2 for 2?
I'm hoping so. I absolutely love Charlotte. I love the intermediates, but we're going to have Carl back. And we saw what happened last time. He'll beat me on the long run. So, if we go green, Carl's my pick.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, good luck to you next week, man, and congratulations again here tonight.
Thank you very much, sir.
Your winner, Josh Lassen. Now, let's go ahead and let's bring up the pasta man, Mr. Blake Ziti. Hey, Blake, it's Larry in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Copy. What's up, man?
I just want to point out something. I always got a little, something to ask. I try to work a little something on my mind to ask before you come in. And my mind went blank because as soon as I clicked on your driver info, I just seen that says AKA Pasta Man, and I died a little on the inside trying not to laugh.
Yeah, I figured you guys would like that stuff.
I absolutely love it, man. Hey, absolutely fantastic race from you here tonight, man. How's it feel to walk out with a second?
Feels pretty good. I mean, more or less in the second that I just got, I was pretty happy with running with Josh that last stunt that we did there. I was trying to give him something, but I made another mistake going into that turn after the start finish and cost me, the pressure I was able to kind of put on him during that time. So I kind of lost it there with that crash, but it was fun, man. A lot of fun. Josh had a great race. Congrats to him.
Yeah, dude. I actually talking to him. He said that you were able to figure out his line. What did you figure out in that last stint that he was doing that you wasn't?
Well, if he's talking or thinking about the same thing I'm thinking about, it might have been after the start finish, that left, right, back to that straight, before you come back to the main track on the oval. He was kind of sweeping that really smooth the first 2 stints, and I was kind of forcing it before that, and I figured out how to kind of just ride the middle of the track there and coast into that last turn, and I was able to maybe not make up time, but at least stay with him enough to get him where I was strong on the track, which was probably that first chicane, I think, where I was making up most of my time on him.
Yeah, you definitely were able to keep up with them, man. We were checking those lap times, and I mean, you went from, I believe your best was like a 124, mid 124. You dropped to a 123.45, and you were right on him time wise, man. It was epic. It was awesome to see you make in-race adjustments.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I tried. Like I said, I give it a shot, but as you can see, I overdrove the car, so I had to kind of tighten it up at the end needed to walk away with the second there.
Absolutely, man. Congratulations. And, hey, Charlotte next week, man. How you feel about that one?
Not too sure. I haven't raced this car there yet, so we'll see on practice. But, it'll probably be the same top 5 there, and it's always competitive with the closed circuit guys, so we'll see. I'm hoping for a top 3.
Absolutely, man. Congratulations again on that second, man. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks, Larry. Have a good night, man.
You too, buddy. That being Blake Ichari. I'm not going to butcher that man's name again. Blake Ziti, a.k.a. Pasta Man. Let's see if we can get the results to pop up. Now there they are. Josh Laston is your winner, followed by Blake Ziti in third, Brandon Bernhardt in fourth, Steve Dominy in fifth, Nick Adams sixth, John Gordon seventh, Tim St. Jean, and in eighth, Phil Manzo. In ninth, Mike Wisniewski 10th, Kevin Haas in 11th, Tom Stevens 12th, Derek Schilling, and running out your field in 13th, Anthony Shrillo. Hey, I want to throw out there again, I feel for Derek Schilling. Losing Power Man, having a strong run. We hope to see you come back next week and see what you can do next week there on the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the big course. So definitely we look forward to next week. And as I just stated, next Thursday, catch these guys one more time. Normally I think the field will be bigger this time. Charlotte Motor Speedway, is these guys will take on, I believe it is a 1.5 miles. I think. I could be wrong. I probably just butchered that. But anyways, it's a big track. Come out, check these guys out. It's going to be an absolute blast. Charlotte Motor Speedway. Catch the podcast tomorrow night. Josh Laston and the crew, as they will talk everything about fuel, IVRL, and AOLL. And on Sunday, catch the AOLL Cup guys. Those guys will be out there. Josh Laston on the call, so make sure you guys check it out. Should be always a good time. On Monday, Fuel will be back. With Fuel, it'll be me, and I believe it should be Adam Wood. I think Adam Wood will actually be in studio with me in person, which we haven't done one of these in person. So looking forward to that, and it's going to be great to see Adam in person again. So check that out Monday night. And then on Tuesday, check out Nick Adams, Randy Peppers, those guys for the IVRL series. It's going to be a lot of fun. With that being said, had an absolute blast here at the Charlotte Roval course. Congratulations again to Josh Laston on the win. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night for the podcast. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.